Yeah, I know. Yeah, you told me. I told you. Very modern mindset. Because it is not the shitty. When I had the dream when I woke up, before the dream is in me, I'm scared.
So I wanted to get Kurt a Cybertruck, like one of the small kid ones. I've seen them online. It's like this size, except it's a Cybertruck. I thought it'd be a funny idea. Kurt's the first cat with a Cybertruck, and so I looked for them. And on Amazon, all I could find was this. It's just like a small little model one, and that's not what I need. But then I actually found it. It's on Tesla's website. It's Cybertruck for kids. However, this thing is $1,500. $1,500. Kid Lamborghini was like $100. $1,500? Kurt, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're probably so disappointed in me. I mean, there's just no way. 500,000 likes and I'll get it. Don't like this video. So I wanted to get Kurt a Cybertruck, like one of the small kid ones. I've seen them online. It's like this size, except it's a Cybertruck. I thought it'd be a funny idea. Kurt's the first cat with a Cybertruck.
The Adventist Games are excited to unveil Anansa, an open-world adventure game where chaos and imagination coexist with humanity. Wow, visuals look really good. Wait,
Is that a GTA 6 reference?
Maybe.
Nah, there is no way we got anime GTA 6 before GTA 6. This is insane!
In addition to a vibrant world, you'll encounter plenty of enemies and encounters.
Skibidi Toilet 2? What timeline are we in? This game is crazy!
You'll form relationships and make vital choices that will change the world around you. Traverse the world however you like, by parkour, driving, climbing, or swinging.
Swinging? What? You guys added Spider-Man style traversal too? This game feels like a fever dream. What about the combat?
For combat, you'll need to carefully assess each situation and prioritize strategy over force.
This game is so crazy. It's an anime game of a totally different level, and it's piqued my interest. I want to play it.
Well, feel free to pre-register now for our upcoming beta. We'll see you in the playground. We at 90s Games are excited to unveil Ananta, an open-world adventure game where chaos and imagination coexist with humanity.
Whoa, the visuals look really good. Wait, is that a GTA 6 reference?
Maybe.
Nah, there is no way we got anime GTA 6 before GTA 6. This is insane!
In addition to a vibrant world, you'll encounter plenty of enemies and encounters.
Skibidi Toilet 2? What timeline are we in? This game is crazy!
You'll form relationships and make vital choices that will change the world around you. Traverse the world however you like, by parkour, driving, climbing, or swinging.
Swinging? What? You guys added Spider-Man style traversal too? This game feels like a fever dream. What about the combat?
For combat, you'll need to carefully assess each situation and prioritize strategy over force.
This game is so crazy. It's an anime game of a totally different level, and it's piqued my interest. I want to play it.
Well, feel free to pre-register now for our upcoming beta. We'll see you in the playground. We at 90s Games are excited to unveil Ananta, an open-world adventure game where chaos and imagination coexist with humanity.
Whoa, the visuals look really good. Wait, is that a GTA 6 reference?
Maybe.
Nah, there is no way we got anime GTA 6 before GTA 6. This is insane!
In addition to a vibrant world, you'll encounter plenty of enemies and encounters.
Skibidi Toilet 2? What timeline are we in? This game is crazy!
You'll form relationships and make vital choices that will change the world around you. Traverse the world however you like, by parkour, driving, climbing, or swinging.
Swinging? What? You guys added Spider-Man style traversal too?
They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction with my business, he'll soon be receiving a lawsuit for defamation and libel. They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction with my business, he'll soon be receiving a lawsuit for defamation and libel. They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction with my business, he'll soon be receiving a lawsuit for defamation and libel. They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction with my business, he'll soon be receiving a lawsuit for defamation and libel. They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction my business, he'll soon be receiving a lawsuit for defamation and libel. They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction with my business, he'll soon be receiving a lawsuit for defamation and libel. They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction with my business, he'll soon be receiving a lawsuit for defamation and libel. They're getting sued because they tried to ruin my business. This is what happened. Recently, as I was working at a customer's house, I received a notification that my business received a 1-star review. I've been in business for several years and I've never received a bad review. So when I saw the notification, my first thought was to reach out to that customer and try to solve the issue. However, after looking at the review, I didn't recognize the name, so I decided to go through my messages and see if I had spoken with this person recently. I couldn't find any information on this person, so I decided to do some more research, and that's when I realized that they had talked about one of my videos in the review. So I clicked on the person's profile, and I found out that they were located about 1,000 miles away. The person had also left a bad review for a company in his area, so I decided to call that company and see if I could get his contact. The company gave me his contact, and since he's never had an interaction with my business, he'll soon be receiving.
I've had enough. Everybody go to your room. Wait. Why did you look at him? It looks like you think Axel is above me.
Only in looks, intelligence, charisma, and personality.
What about Dad? I don't see Dad.
Fine. And Dad, right up there with me, and above you three, who are listed here in a random order.
That's not right. That goes above you.
What? Well, no, he doesn't.
That was my understanding.
Wait, you think that? You think Dad goes above me? Hey, Mike, your kids have the crazy idea that in the hierarchy of this house, you're in charge.
Okay.
Okay. You agree with that? You think that's accurate?
Oh, no. I just got home. It's not inaccurate. See? That's what I said.
What? Why? What, because he's a man and I'm a woman? Why would you think he's in charge?
Well, he's scarier. And he pays the bills and stuff.
Okay, first of all, we are equally scary. We're equal in everything.
We are equal.
Look at the chart.
You made a chart?
I'm always last.
You're not always last.
I am too. Whenever you write a card, you sign it Mike, Frankie, Axel, Sue, and Brick. I'm sick of being and Brick.
I told you, it's a random order.
Then how come Dad's always first?
Because Dad's in charge.
He's not in charge. I'm in charge. Tell him, Mike. Tell him I'm in charge.
You heard her. When I'm not home, your mom's in charge.
Mike, well, I would like to make something perfectly clear. Axel is not in charge of me.
You think I want to be in charge of you? You think I want to drive you, flip you, have all this responsibility? I hate being the oldest.
Well, it's better than being in the middle where nobody notices you. I've been eating old candy canes for breakfast every day this week. You want to be unnoticed? Try being and Brick.
No,
you
no,
spend the
we're-
same
Hey, everybody, knock it off. Okay, I've had enough. Everybody go to your room. Wait. Why did you look at him? Okay, you know what? Don't go.
Hey, buddy, recruiter Mark Adams here. The one you met at school last week? Well, believe it or not, you've been drafted to the Army.
Wait, what? The Army? Oh, hell no. I don't know who you think this is, but you got the wrong guy. I never met no recruiter, let alone apply to the Army.
This you? See, when we came by your school and set up our physical test, you absolutely crushed it, beating the record twice over. Now, from my understanding, you did so to impress the baddies, but instead it impressed me.
Okay, maybe that is me, but I don't want to go to war, so I appreciate the offer, and I'll keep it in mind. But for now, I'm good.
Buddy, I don't think you're hearing me. You're not invited to the Army, as in you can come by whenever. This is an obligation, and if you don't accept, instead of a couple years of war, there'll be a couple decades of prison.
Well, I didn't want it to come to this, but I'm actually disabled. Yesterday, I got in a big accident, so my left foot is missing, my right arm is broken, and my brain is only functioning at a second grade level. Matter of fact, I'm blind in my left eye. I'm 43% blind in my right eye. So as much as I wish to serve my country and participate in your war, I don't think I can help.
Well, son, I'm actually glad you said that, because we have just started this new program made exactly for people like you. It's called Operation Crippling Thunder, where we take physically impaired patriots and test our new weapons on them. Hey, buddy, recruiter Mark.
Where are we?
Let's play a game.
What kind of game? Yeah, because I've never really been good at board games, but me and her are really good at charades.
The type of game where you close your eyes and never wake up.
That doesn't sound too bad. At least I would be asleep. I wouldn't have to worry about paying my bills or going to school.
Not that type of game. It's a game of life or death.
Yeah, so I don't really like that game. Yeah, you were way off. Okay, so what are the rules of this game?
You need to find the key or chop off your legs to escape the chains that attach to them.
Done.
Wait, how did you do that?
He's really good at picking locks. Yeah, we did our senior prank. We had to break into the school gymnasium, so I learned how to pick locks with my
I
fingernails.
don't really know what to do now. If you want.
My son accused me of stealing his inheritance. 20 years later, at his glamorous wedding, I returned with my adopted son, now a billionaire. My husband cheated on me with my stepsister, and even my own children helped them cover it up. When I turned to my parents for support, they told me to be the bigger person and let my husband go to my stepsister. Worse, they teamed up with him to kick me out of the villa. They forgot that they were the ones who forced me to marry Harlan Hannigan in the first place to save their reputation. In the end, I walked away with half of the family assets. Then I adopted 3 children from an orphanage. I raised them with all my heart. One showed amazing talent in business from a young age and went on to build a massive company, becoming the richest businessman in the world. One became the director of a leading research institute, dedicating herself to groundbreaking technological innovations, and one became the principal of the prestigious Stratford International Academy. Years later, my biological son Willow stood in front of me, his face full of arrogance. Bet you didn't expect this, I will, but Hanergy Kellengy is on the market. Back then, you were so ruthless, taking half of Dave's assets. You were trying to ruin the company, weren't you? Well, look at us now. I looked at him, not showing him any emotion. It had been 20 years since I last saw him. He looked just like his father, now tall, sharp nose, deep eyes, exuding maturity and composure. He was nothing like the soft, teary little boy who used to call me Akubal or Mommy. I had expected him to come after hearing I was back in the U.S. after all had stared at me with hate-filled eyes and gritted his teeth. You will regret this, Leanna, he had said. Now seeing my indifferent expression, he frowned slightly. Even after taking half of my family's assets, you still ended up broke, staying in some cheap hotel. I ignored his sarcasm and asked flatly, Anstio, is this why you came to see me after 20 years? Of course not. If it worked for Mom, I wouldn't have bothered to see you. He paused. This Saturday, my parents are celebrating their 20th wedding anniversary. They are hosting a ceremony, but some nosy reporters managed to dig up old stories about you, Grandpa, and Grandma found out you were back. So they asked me to invite you to the event. I nodded calmly, not needing to think it over. After all, I was the one who had leaked those rumors to the reporters. It was time to pay a visit. Willow seemed surprised at how easily I agreed. I will have someone send you a dress, he said, his tone insulting me. Look at you now, so for it. Don't worry, when you are too old to work, Winnie, and I will send you some financial support. But not to even think about getting anything else from my family. And at the party, when reporters ask questions, you better watch what you say. Grandpa and Grandma want you to prioritize the Hannigans and Barrymore's reputation. Don't embarrass them like you did back then. After delivering his condescending remarks, he gave me a once-over-his expression full of contempt. Looking at him now, I couldn't help but recall the time he had a severe erected reaction to peanuts. His face had swollen, his eyes drooped, and his breathing grew labored. I was terrified and carried him to the hospital as fast as I could. The doctor saved him, but as he lay on the hospital bed, he cried, Amvit, Mommy forced me to eat peanuts. She was punishing me because Leanne took me out to play and she didn't like it. I kept saying it wasn't true, that he was making it up, but no one believed me. Relatives accused me of being cruel, of endangering my child's life, of abusing him, and just like that, my reputation was ruined. My son accused me of stealing his inheritance. 20 years later, at his glamorous wedding, I returned with my adopted son, now a billionaire. My husband cheated on me with my stepsister, and even my own children helped them cover it up.
Where should I sign?
You speak English?
Well, thank you.
Good to have the time machine working again. Candace?
Just wait till I tell Mom.
Oh, don't press that! Way to go, Candace.
Look, guys, isn't that Isaac Newton?
Good Mistress Parker doth possess the most ample posterior.
What a classy perv.
You know, the greater the mass, the greater the force of attraction.
What be thy name, young lad?
Phineas.
You have motion fitness. I'll introduce you to her daughter. They look alike.
Guess the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Now I remember, this is the year gravity was discovered. You know, everything that goes up must come down.
Woman, what did you just say?
Gravity?
It's like you just read my mind.
Well, obviously, you're the one that
You're a witch!
She's more of a snitch.
Candace, we should leave now.
You're a bloody witch. You must alert the sheriff. Where's my pigeon?
Come on, Ferb, let's go. Ferb?
Where does Mistress Parker's daughter reside? Where should I sign? Well, thank you.
Good to have the time machine working again.
Just wait till I tell Mom.
Oh, don't press that! Way to go, Candace.
Look, guys, isn't that Isaac Newton?
Good Mistress Parker doth possess the most ample posterior.
What a classy perv.
You know, the greater the mass, the greater the force of attraction.
What be thy name, young lad?
Phineas.
You have motion fitness. I'll introduce you to her daughter. They look alike.
Guess the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Now I remember, this is the year gravity was discovered. You know, everything that goes up must come down.
Woman, what did you just say?
Gravity?
It's like you just read my mind.
Well, obviously, you're the one that
You're a witch!
She's more of
Brain rot materials, those waste surfers, A. When I watch funny Family Guy clips, nothing hits like Subway Surfers. The gameplay is fast, dynamic, but nothing compared to Minecraft Hardcore, which gets an easy S. The dim lights from the Minecraft shaders and smooth camera movements put me in somewhat of a trance. But then I see a carpet cleaning video and it starts to piss me off. These people are terrible at their jobs. In no world should it take you this many attempts to clean a dirty carpet. Easy S here. Oh my god. After that, I need to see some sand squishing. Wow, look at all the different colors and the way they perfectly squish down on top of each other. It almost distracts me from the hydraulic press videos that piss me off too.
Raymond, Mom said I could fix the car here. I can't work on a car at the motel.
I told you, I don't want the car.
I'm doing this for you, Dad. I lost myself a car. I owe myself a car. I'm doing this for me.
Yeah, well, fixing the car is a lot of work, so let me know when you give up and I'll call the junkyard.
And the next morning, I was still making headway on the Mustang.
They're paying a 1970 carburetor on the 65.
Well, it's gonna have to work. That's all I have. Where's this from?
1965. No, you gotta hold it down even so you don't cross the threads. Go to the cabinet, get the throttle plate, we're gonna need that next.
When I saw all those Mustang parts my father bought over 20 years ago, I realized this wasn't just a car my dad had planned on giving me. It was a car he had planned on us rebuilding together. And we kept on having them for the next 2 weeks until the car was finished. And then it came to me. What I had cheated myself out of all those years ago wasn't a car. It was a chance to have some
So, you want to adopt a Great Dane? Yeah, my horse is getting lonely, so I decided to get him another one. Very good. Do you have experience with big dogs? No, my brother's like 6'4", and he's got that dog in him. Nice. Are you a fan of bullwhips? No. Well, I learned to love them because this thing has one attached to its ass, and when they get excited, they attack indiscriminately. Okay. You got a big car? Oh, I drive a Honda Civic. Oh, yeah. You're going to need at least a mid-size SUV. These dogs are kind of like water. They just fill up whatever space they're in. Okay, I was actually looking at getting a Pontiac Aztek. A Nissan Juke. Subaru Outback. Now we're talking. You good patrol? I mean, I don't love it. I get used to that as well. Great Danes only really have 2 settings. Foster statue. Right. How do you feel about being stared at while you eat? Well, all dogs do that. Yeah, but it's a lot more intimidating when the dog is taller than the table. Yeah. Right. Next, I'm going to say some common phrases people will say to you when they see your Great Dane. Please respond accordingly. Okay. Oh, that's a big dog. Does he take up the whole bed? Yes, he does. Whoa, is that a horse? No, it's a dog. The Ark of the Covenant is in Selena Gomez's basement. I knew it.
How much was dinner last night?
Oh, don't worry about it. It's gonna even out.
I feel like I can just pay you right now and then you don't have to worry about it. Because like it's not gonna even out exactly.
No, I'll get this dinner. You'll get the next thing.
Alright, sounds good.
Do you mind buying this Uber because I got dinner?
Yeah, sure. How much is it?
It's just $250.
250? What? It's like 10 miles.
I got an Uber Black. Look, 200, 300 years from now, we're not going to be worrying about who paid the $250 Uber versus the $32 dinner. It's the same thing.
What do you think of the new TV?
I like it.
Well, that's good because you're paying for it.
No, this is a massive purchase. We're splitting this.
$500 release. Look at the next thing because water bill was $23. I think I'll take that.
I don't even use the water. I don't pay. You know that.
Oh, the appendix just exploded.
We need to get to the hospital. You don't have insurance.
That's no problem. The operation's going to cost about $10K, which you will cover because it's your turn. Because remember, I did put the bananas. Oh, it hurts so much.
Well, I'm driving you. You're not paying for the ambulance.
I got ambulance black. It's like Uber Black, but for ambulance.
How much was that?
$1,200.
Well, actually, that one falls on you because you said I'm paying for the surgery.
How about in the hospital?
I just bought France.
How much was it?
Putting a gumball machine of Jello shots in my parents' house.
A few months ago, I put a gumball. A man in Vermont built this massive sculpture of a middle finger right off the side of the road that cannot be missed. And the reason for it is basically to let his town know how he feels. Apparently, he wanted to use this land to open up a business, but the town refused to give him a permit for it for what?
Hold on, is that Chopper on the sides? Oh, yes, I will have to take you in. Yo, son.
Yeah, what you doing?
What you gonna do? I'm about to take you in and get that Holy Spirit.
Say less.
Oh, you ain't that candy for us.
I've been leaving this pineapple to go and just ripen up, and it's about time. So I'm going to show you how I cut it. First thing you got to do, get rid of the crown. You can actually grow another pineapple with this. So if you want to do that, you can. Then, with this serrated edge knife, you just go. Try not to take too much off, because, you know, your money paid for this. Then you do the bottom. Now we have a solid foundation. You see? Then we get to it. Get as close to the flesh as possible. You don't want to waste pineapple, okay? Those little black spots right here, if you don't want those, you just go boop. Oh, you see, you can get rid of them without wasting pineapple. Now that it's as clean as you want it to be, just start cutting it in half. Then cut that half in half. Now look how easy it is to get rid of that core. See? Nothing to it. And for this, you can just eat it like a vegan with. Take whatever's good off of it. And now you just cut it to whatever size you would like, and you got the perfect pineapple chip. That's almost as sweet as you.
I was a knight in shining armor is a meme now. This meme originates from Fortnite and a music video. The Fortnite part of this meme comes from Reddit, from user RoyInHD1, where he posts back in late season 2, early season 3, he'd take a screenshot of every time he saw a gold scar because he thought it was special. So now people have taken this Fortnite Reddit post from 5 years ago and combined it with a song. The song being John Bennion's all-time low, with its now famous lyrics, I was your knight in shining armor. This is being played absolutely everywhere. Take a look at this clip.
Was the light in shining armor in your movie?
And now it's become a massive meme, because every time people see a gold star, they start playing this song. I mean, even Ninja is dragging this meme. He's done with Low Taker Fade, now he's moving on to Ticker Club Club. On top of that, we're seeing tons of other variations of the meme. Now, I do have to say, this has a special place in my heart, because I used to love playing
It was no tape fade
Really?
mine.
A powerful gaming console to stream anime? PlayStation, please, bro. I don't want to get another argument. I can't even remember the last time you played a game with me. The last time you touched me. Or when you used to caress my controller. It's not fair. PlayStation, I told you, it's different now. I got a PC. Oh, I know. I hear you and him late every night. Sounds like somebody's jealous.
No, PC, don't you start.
So that's...
This is the guy you've been seeing? What is he, like, twice your age? So he's a fucking pedophile.
Man, you're savage.
Hey, she's only 13. You come near my door again, I will rip your balls up and shove them down your throat. Now get the fuck out of here before I violate my parole.
Sure, what you just call me? I'll teach you later. What the fuck? We've had some shit.
Hanging out with some grown-ass drug dealer like you some jail-bait gangbanger. You will never see him again. You hear me?
It's none of your business, buddy.
I know that you think you're grown because you have some short and curlies now. But messing with some scumbag like that will ruin your whole life for good before you even get into high school. Whatever, bro. Where are you going? Don't you walk away from me. Oh, you think you fucking slick? Like I wouldn't find out you had a little crackhead boyfriend's house? Fuck you.
Stop pretending like you give a shit about me. Fuck you.
This is...
I'll take a normal case over this overpriced any day. This is just dumb. Okay, fair enough. What if it was free? What if I gave one away just for fun? Not to you, of course, because you like your normal case, right? I'd rather give it to someone who's gonna want a Shark X and not a normal case. I can do that. Hypothetically speaking, of course. I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but I can do it.
Who do you think is the most extraordinary scientific mind humanity has produced?
There's no contest.
Explain what?
Okay. He, working alone, discovers the laws of motion. Then he discovered the law of gravity. Oh, and then someone asked, why do your planets orbit in this shape, ellipses, rather than perfect circles? He said, I don't know. I'll get back to you. And he goes home, and he comes back. I finally have an answer. I said, well, actually, how did you do it? Well, I had to invent integral and differential calculus to answer that question. He then discovers the laws of optics. He does all of this. Then he turns 26.
Who do you think is the most...
Oh, wait.
What did you do?
I cut myself with that shitty rusty wire cutter you gave us.
Come on, run.
No, I need to go to medical.
What time? Just throw a sock around it or something. One more scar's not gonna change your world. Oh, go! Take that, fucker! Whoever scrolls gets it.
My client had her hair for 15 years. Her shit was longer than mine.
I feel like the fact that Fortnite is even allowed to exist is not talked about enough. Listen, man, back in the day, seeing Sonic and Snake join Smash Bros. Was mind-blowing by itself. And then Smash Bros. Ultimate flipped that on its head. For example, Minecraft Steve throwing a Pokeball at Joker from Persona in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's just so cursed to think about, but it's nothing compared to Fortnite. The fact that Fortnite not only has characters from video games like Street Fighter, Tomb Raider, The Witcher, and stuff like that, but also most DC characters, Marvel characters, and Star Wars characters, is insane, but that's not even touching the real world collapse. No other video game will have Travis Scott and Ariana Grande as playable skins. I mean, they just literally added Eminem. There is no limit for who.
Now, even for villains, we must not forget the importance of therapy.
If you do this, well, if Ferrari won't sell me a car, I guess I'll try Lamborghini. Hey, what's up, my man? You want to buy a Lambo? Hey, yeah, you guys sell cars that I can actually drive, right? Drive? Ain't no better car to get a speeding ticket in. Okay, I want a fun car, but I don't know if I want to go that fast. You want a Lambo, but you don't want to go fast. Well, I don't know. I've never actually owned a fast car. I just came from the Ferrari dealership, and they wouldn't even let me touch one. And then when I mentioned coming to Lamborghini to get one, they sent an Apache attack helicopter after me to take me out. Oh, Ferrari's just jealous that our cars are more fun. Huh. Well, do I have to clean a Lamborghini daily? What kind of question is that? It's your car. You can do whatever you want with it. Okay, can I listen to rap music while I drive it? Have you seen the primary demographic of musicians who also own Lamborghinis? The only rapper that doesn't own a Lamborghini is Pharrell, and that's because we didn't want to sell a vehicle to the guy who helped make Minions famous. So you guys don't have any weird restrictions on owning your cars. Well, no, it's not bad. You just have to be loud and flashy and draw attention to the car everywhere that you go. Otherwise, what's the point of owning a Lamborghini to begin with? Well, I'm not really a flashy person, and I don't want everybody knowing that I won the lottery. Well, you could get an Urus, which is an SUV that we sell to people for tax write-offs when they can't otherwise afford an actual Lamborghini. I just want a cool car that I can have fun in. If you don't like your car spending more time in the shop than it does in your own garage, you could always get a McLaren. Well,
All right, babe. See ya. Don't forget about tonight. Yeah, gosh, but if you remember what day it is, right? Of course I do. Okay. Tell me that. I'd like to phone friend. Okay, guys, we have 4 options: anniversary, birthday, double date, or meeting with our parents. Okay, I'm looking at your Instagram. Your anniversary was really a couple weeks ago. That's right. We went to the fancy Italian place by the beach. You guys want to already up? Do you remember her birthday? Yeah, she's a Leo, I think. Okay, well, Leos are born in either July or August, and it's November. So double date or meeting with her parents. Do you know if her best friend's in town? If she is she single? Our friend has finals. It wouldn't make sense. We're nearing the end, guys. I'm assuming we only have about 30 seconds left. Then it has to be meeting her parents. That's the only answer left. Can't be though. Her parents live 2 hours away and her car's in the shop. Maybe her parents are visiting. No, I would know. She would clean up the guest room beforehand. Maybe there's something you're missing. Like what? It's not about her. Shit, you might be right. You actually help. Wow. I need options, guys. Movie premiere. Today? Concert. No. Going to the gym. No. Paying rent. Brushing your teeth. There's a ghost. Wait. I got it. So? There's nothing going on. You were just testing me. No. It's your birthday, idiot. Oh.
911 operators. What are some of the funniest things someone has called for? It was Father's Day. We had this 5-year-old kid calling at least 6 times. He'd never stay on the line long enough for us to get a good ping on his cell phone. We were finally able to get him to stay on the phone long enough by talking about how his teddy bear was sick. We asked to speak to his parents, and he told us they were in bed and the door was locked, so we asked him to go knock on the door. He then told us he had been locked in his room. Okay, I think we know what's going on now. By this point, we had an officer en route to this kid's house to go make sure everything was okay. The officer arrives on scene. A few minutes go by, then the officer comes over the radio and says, 120 back in service, the teddy bear's 10-4. The officer made his way up to the comm center and proceeded to tell us all that the kid's dad answered the door wearing only boxer shorts, and was more than a little agitated when he found out his son had been calling 911. Apparently, the dad had been getting his Father's Day gift from Mom when the officer showed up. 911.
Oh, don't worry. They don't end
Got a weird one today. We've been on summer break for 2 weeks, and these kids keep sending me presentations. Mr. J probably does during the summer. Oh. Okay, rough start. Next. Okay, what Mr. J probably does in the summer. 1, drinks milk. Oh, move. Oh, what? Okay, here we go. Okay. 2, goes fishing. Guys.
Hey, Mom. How do you get known pregnant?
Fucker.
Pretty cool, lesbian dinosaur. Oh, look, a lot of puss.
5, 8, 8, 2, 3. Oh, empty your pockets. Oh, man. Give me your phone. Okay, here, dude. What's in your pockets? Nothing, man. Nothing. An Italian beef?
Yeah, so?
Why do you have this in your pocket?
Because I get hungry, dog.
It's soaked.
I'm gonna jack up and some fried beef.
Whatever. What's in your other pocket? Bears tickets?
Please, Diego, please, please.
No, because then I'll be getting robbed.
Yeah, well, I had to try, didn't I?
Whatever, just give me your wallet.
Okay, here.
A Portillo's gift card? That's all you got?
Oh my God, there's like $6 on there.
I can't even get anything with that.
That's a small cake shake.
Whatever, where are your keys? Ah, now we're talking. Where's your bar?
Right here in this parking lot.
All right, move. Which one is yours?
Blue one.
I don't see a blue card.
No, right here.
A divvy?
Yeah, I read about it.
Are you serious?
Dude, can you see the gas prices?
You know what I meant here. Take your stuff back.
Really? Oh, thanks, man. But here, honestly, take the tickets.
Nah, I'm good, man. I don't want them.
Just take them.
I don't want them.
I said take them.
I said I don't want them.
Take them.
This is a day in the life of our parent. So there's a student who I love. First day, I had this 11th grade class come in, and I was just like going back and forth with the kids. And she was in the back being all quiet and like not talking at all. At one point, she looked up and she was like, "You're gonna get eaten alive here." And I looked at her and I was like, "You're probably right. You don't have to say it so loud." But I think where I started gaining respect from her was because I looked at her and I was like, "Probably. But we're gonna figure it out. Like we're not gonna not do this school year." And I was like, "You know what else is really hard? Hamlet. But guess what we're gonna read in about T-minus 3 days." I was like, "Yeah, ready, just thou shalt learn." But like, also like, I'm gonna figure it out too. From then on, she was like, I had a school that was like trying to get me to work there, and they're like, "You know, you want a master's degree, and you're desperate. We need a teacher," and like, we're kind of desperate. I looked at them and I was like, "That's an even trade. How did you know I was desperate?" They're like, "Okay, well, so there." What's your? I came looking for warmth, but found the fire moment. I was fresh out of college when I noticed I was already experiencing hearing loss and yellow teeth, all because I couldn't quit smoking. I was telling my best friend Nick about this, and he offered me a cigarette to calm my nerves, which I, of course, took. We had just finished a pack when I told him I had had enough for the day, but he just laughed and handed me another one, and I didn't want to make it a big deal, so I took it. Before I knew it, we had just finished our 3rd pack, and I was throwing up on his couch. My head was spinning too much to think straight, and I felt like I owed him something for putting up with my mess, so I took the next cigarette he handed me. Every time I breathed, it felt like there were razor blades in my lungs. Nick turned to me as I heaved and said, "You've got this. Now pass me the 5th pack." My ears were ringing, and I threw up again. But this time, it was all over my lap. Nick put a cigarette in my hands and got ready to light it. I slapped him and told him I was done. For the first time ever, I didn't want to smoke anymore. Nick smiled and hugged me. Good. That's what I wanted to hear. I conked out that night, not really knowing what was going on. But since that day, whenever cravings hit, I think back to the disgust I felt. Thanks to Nick's DIY rehab, I haven't touched a cigarette in 2 years. What's your...
Wait, don't keep throwing it up. Then back home, he applied the spice rub with such erotic tenderness, it made my mother a little jealous. Finally, the cooking began. 14 hours of cooking, and basting, and spritzing, and tending to the fire until it was finally time to let the meat rest. Rest, my darling. Rest.
This guy you know coffee is very good. They make it with chicory. And what does it do to the brisket? Oh, I have no idea. Then why did you send George all the way to New Orleans? Well, they don't sell this around here.
Here we go. 15 years and 14 hours later. Best brisket in Texas. Not you evil bitch.
Then back home.
You're doing cash your card. Just so you know, I'm a proud heterosexual.
What's your favorite paradox? I don't know if you can call it a paradox.
When the kidnappers threatened to kill me, my dad hung up. I could hear Happy Birthday playing in the background. They were celebrating my sister's big day. I was kidnapped by my dad's enemies. The kidnappers called my dad, who was a cop, and threatened him. If you want her alive, come here yourself, or I'll chop her into pieces. The tip of the kidnapper's knife grazed my throat, sending chills down my spine. Another kidnapping stunt. My dad's voice was calm. Aurora, you are really despicable. Aurora, you are really despicable. I pleaded, my voice hoarse. They'll really kill me. Then why don't you just die? This cruel curse left me stunned. Dad, I choked up. I'm only 18. I don't want to die. Please, Dad, save me. My dad hung up the phone immediately. I stood there stunned, listening to the busy.
Did you know that penguins think of humans as fellow penguins? Since penguins are the only creatures in the South called walkers, right? If they spot you from afar, they will often mistake you for one of them. They'll just waddle towards you thinking you are lost in their body. Even if you're holding a camera or other human things, they aren't scared and won't care at all. Instead, they'll welcome you to the flock. Penguins are very social creatures and like to live in large groups, so they're always down to meet new people. And if they like you as more than just a friend, penguins have a really cute way of showing that. Much like how humans use rings to propose to each other, some species of penguins will give small pebbles as gifts to win you over. But if you give a penguin a pebble and they accept it, they'll just use it for their nest. As a bonus penguin fact, studies have shown that penguins sleep thousands of times a day. They just sleep for about 4 seconds at a time. Did you know that?
This broccoli makes rich kids smart and poor kids dumb. Years have. Because food costs are out of control. They're up 50%. So now the family spends hundreds more per month, which is annoying for rich parents because they can avoid the bump, but devastating for poor parents because they don't have money. So those should buy less food. But these grocery stores think that's dumb, so they take $3 billion to launch these logistics programs, which cut the cost of shipping food. So food prices dropped 20%, and now poor people can buy more food. Except one problem: food prices dropped because crap food got cheaper, but fresh food doubled. So now poor folks can't afford fresh food, and 8 out of 10 families only eat processed crap. But don't worry, it gets worse. Because nerds study kids' brains and discover something terrifying. Their brains made up all these connections, but a kid doesn't have those, so they grow them. Except that's a problem because to grow, they need babies, or else the brain won't form right. So this $3 difference creates a permanent divide between smart rich kids and poor dumb ones.
A man escapes prison after 15 years, then breaks into a house to look for money. He finds a couple in bed, orders the guy out of bed, and ties him to a chair. The escaped prisoner then ties the wife to the bed and jumps on top of her, and it looks like he kissed her, then gets up and goes to the bathroom and closes the door. While he's in the bathroom, the husband whispers over to his wife, "Hey, he's an escaped convict. Look at his clothes. He's probably spent a lot of time in jail and hasn't seen a woman in years. I saw the way he kissed your neck. If he wants anything, don't resist, don't come. Plain, just go with it. Satisfy him no matter what. This guy is obviously dangerous, and if he gets angry, he'll kill us both. Be strong, honey, and I love you." His wife looks at him, smiles, and says, "He wasn't kissing my neck. He was whispering in my ear. He told me that he likes men and thinks you're cute and asked me where the Vaseline was. I told him it was in the bathroom. Be strong, honey, and I love you." A man escapes.
Did you see Marquise's new haircut? Nah, what about it? It's fire. It fits him a lot better than the last one. Alright, bro, you done too much. What you mean? Let me ask you a question. What's up? How's it taste? The guy just said he has a nice haircut. So many glazes in his friend group, man. I think we're actually going insane. So I can't compliment my homeboys now? Nobody said you can. Okay, then. Just make sure you pop it out when you're done. Your throat tends to get sore when it's in there for too long. So if I said you got a nice haircut, is that glazing now? Is glazing if you even think about saying something like that? I guess I'm a glazer now. Here, take this. For wipe. You're gonna need something bigger than a tissue. You're gonna wipe all that off your face. Alright, bro. Yeah, if you excuse me, I gotta go make another sculpture of Daddy Sunshine James. Nigga, what? My bad. King of Daddy Sunshine James. So when I compliment my homeboy's haircut, it's glazing, but that's not. The sky is still blue, right? Always be right, LeBron. I should be the one telling you to pop it up somehow. And if you did, I tell you 5 more minutes. Oh, we glaze. It's not possible to glaze LeBron. How so? He's got way too much stamina. Under any other circumstance, that's a pretty funny joke. But as of now, I'm starting to think you're kind of gay. I'm the Sunshine will do whatever it is she wants me to do. Just way too much glaze for me not even being that Krispy Kreme right now. It's not glazing. It's my glorious King of Daddy. I can assure you, it's perfectly normal. If anything, you're the weird one for not doing so. I don't like the way he's saying that on nonchalantly, bro. Glazing a man to death just because he's good at basketball. He plays basketball? Oh my gosh.
If my silky collapsed on me in the middle of the night, I'd probably just die because, unless somebody digs you out really quick, it's not going to end well. And honestly, I have no clue how big you can make a snow cake before it'll collapse on itself. I just got to dig these holes in the snow and, kind of eyeball it, sleep in it, hope it doesn't fall.
Somebody suggested I try something last for a month, and that is a terrible idea, but I just had to do it. Luckily, the sparrows did not explode over the last month because I'll be honest with you, I did not burp this thing once, giving me just a little trouble. There we go. Oh, Oh, that's weird. That's not supposed to look like that. Interesting. Oh, I can't open this either. Oh, okay. It's very dark. I usually only double glass for like 3 days, so I really thought that it was just gonna disintegrate. It's surprisingly colorful. So here they are, completely dry. I thought a month would be way overkill, but they look really nicely frosted. Corners are really smooth. It's a more authentic sea glass look. That piece is pretty cool. Here's some little flat ones, some purple, piece the same glass, some bright red and yellow. They turned out really well. Somebody said,
My daughter scored a goal last night, so she wanted to celebrate. But when she asked to go out for milkshakes, I said, okay, listen, I just stood in the rain for 90 minutes pretending to know what offsides is. Still don't get it. I'm gonna need a lot more than one goal to get me inside a Baskin Robbins. If you want 31 flavors, I need at least 3 goals. Is that too much to ask? And if that's not gonna happen, I'll settle for a red card. I know enough about soccer to know that a red means we get to go home. And I can't think of a single thing that sounds better than that. I still wanted to celebrate though, so I decided to make Oreo grasshopper milkshakes at home. I even let her pick the flavor. But first I said, no, it sounds good, Oreo grasshopper milkshakes. That way she thinks it's her idea. Sure, some might call that manipulation, but I think it's smart parenting. You really think I'm gonna leave the flavor of my milkshake up to her whims or whatever? Get a grip. Make sure to celebrate everything. The small moments are actually...
Sigma Boy isn't a meme now. This meme originates from a Russian kid's music video, with a song titled Sigma Boy by Betsy and Maria Yankovskaya. And in this music video, they utter the legendary line, Sigma Boy, Sigma Boy. And these words have been repeated all over social media. Take a look at this clip.
Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy. Każda dziewczynka хоче Sigma boy, Sigma boy, Sigma boy.
And you know what's crazy is that it's become a massive meme. Because now people are in public with speakers playing Sigma Boy while spewing. On top of that, we now have people announcing like 0% Sigma to 100% Sigma while Sigma Boy is playing in the background. Now something interesting about this song is that there's been a huge debate on what that means, whether they're saying Sick of My Boy or Sigma Boy, and it's actually confirmed just based on the title of the song, and what they're saying is that it's called Sigma Boy. It's a direct translation from Russian.
What should be worth? Why don't you tell me? $2 billion. How much land do you own in the Central Valley? 200,000 acres. What do you grow? Almonds. How much water do you use per year? 400,000 acre feet. Why does it take so much water? Almonds are a permanent crop. They need to be watered year round or they will die. During the last record drought, the state of California.
What time?
Face.
It's behind. Yeah. What are you? Oh, yakin. For you to be opening the door. The reason why I want you here is because that it might be looking for more door. Alright. What is it? Okay, I just listening. This is crazy. Zwei. It's not to be so, but my sins is used.
You just went through that to her. You want to do that in lucky.
Are you done with your pencil?
Those things, wait, last I did today.
Well, what's gonna take was that was that you and mommy shot me? I was gonna take this.
Okay.
I was gonna take this instead.
So, some things that you says here, I see this here.
Okay.
Wow. We shot me. Turn this off. End stream.